Anna Sabramowicz here. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Today we're going to talk about an intervention because I got to tell you, the L&D industry is living in an illusion. They're not living in reality. And the reason I know this is because I'm reading the things that are going out as sound instructional advice and also years of making these mistakes myself. So if you feel like I'm pointing a finger at you, don't worry. I won't, if your feelings are hurt, don't worry about it. It's not about you. But it is about our industry, which right now is in dire need of an intervention. So today I'm going to talk to you about what that is and how to fix it. Seriously, simple. We're going to keep it super simple and you're going to love it. And I'm going to talk to you about a choice consequence system, which basically is going to be a new way of looking at the way that we design learning for adults. And that's what I'm talking about here, designing learning for adults. So first off, when you're like, oh, we don't live in reality, Anna, what's up with that? What's that about? Okay, so here's the thing. There's two camps of people right now. I don't know where you fall in. You might not fall into one of those, but this is the prevalent thing. There's instructional design. Instructional design is enamored with theory, enamored with it. So enamored with it that basically what our strategy for a lot of the content dress up that we do, and I see this all the time, we're still doing chunking the content. This is some of the I see this all the time. Like 10 years ago, chunking the content was a cool strategy. Still today, people are like, is the content, people aren't engaged in it? Chunk the content. So the instructional design people are basically finding ways to create content that's engaging, and the e-learning people, that the designers, what do? They dress it up. They make it look good, right? How do we make this stuff look good? This chunked stuff, how do we make it look good? By the way, if you want more of this, go to elearningsecrets.com. I'm running a webinar that's going to get into more of this, but more about the strategies and frameworks behind it. But if you watch some of my other videos, you'll know that I'm an instructional designer. I've come from this world. I've chunked things for years, but we got to get beyond that because I've been trying to solve this engagement puzzle for probably the past 5 years dedicated, right? You look at my YouTube channel, I've been really just trying to figure out what is it? How can we make this work? And the thing is that we got to get beyond this because we have now on our laptops, on our desktops, we have power. We have immense power and we're squandering it with this BS that we're putting out. We're squandering our power. So I want to ask you guys, what business do you think we are in as far as, learning and development? I'm going to give you just a little bit of a big picture. What are we doing? What is the big deal behind what we do? And by the way, if you are able to read what I wrote and it's coming up the right way, please let me know because sometimes it comes back reverse. So the business I think we're in, and if you agree with me, give me a thumbs up or a high yeah in the comments. I think we're in the business of helping people live better. Helping people live better. That's the business I'm in. Helping people live better. How do people live better? How do they do that? They make better decisions, right? If you make a better decision today, the consequences of that decision accumulate, pile up, and you'll be a different person. Like Thanksgiving, I gotta be honest, I ate an extra, probably four slices of pie, pumpkin pie. I did, Canadian Thanksgiving. I did that. Did it feel good in the moment? Yes. Consequences, the next day I basically had a sugar crash and I had a basic withdrawal headache when I tried to go back to my regular eating. 4 extra slices. I know that's kind of insane, right? I already had 2 and then I had 4. I basically ate a pie by myself. Okay, I admit it. Bad choice, bad decision. You're in debt? probably some choices you made that weren't so great. Maybe, whatever. Stuff happens. But this morning, you watching this video, what is that about? That's a decision. You woke up, you probably made a decision. Did you have coffee for breakfast? Did you brush your teeth? Decisions, 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 decisions. All of our lives, everything around us is a culmination of decisions. This is inevitable, but somehow we decide it's content. No, it's decisions that help people live better lives, not chunked content. That's a supplement to the decision-making process. So this is what I think. This is what I think we should do. Is if you are in the business of helping people live better lives, then you are a decision engineer. Just came up with that. That doesn't mean you go out there and get an engineering degree or add engineering at the end of your thing. That's a discipline. But that's what your goal is. To figure out what are the decisions that people mess up on, how to help them make better decisions in a safe place so they can practice and see the consequences of those decisions, learn from those darn consequences, and then seek out the content that helps them educate themselves to get better at what their lives are about. How's that? Simple, simple. Now, yes, there's gonna be people who are gonna be like, but Anna, the software has, 14 different features for how to engage with content. Yeah, I know that. That's okay. Throw that away. Just one thing. You just need one actually activity to get people engaged. So to go back quickly to this, if we talk about something like engagement in itself, if you saw any of my other videos, we've got engagement solved. It's storytelling. So engagement equals storytelling. You want to engage somebody, you go, hey, let me tell you a story. Focus, right? You get them started, create a compelling one, done. So that's done. That's solved, right? Okay, we got that down. Storytelling, you with me? Awesome. So what else? Now we're down to this decision matrix, which is the choice consequence system framework I call, because the thing is that it's that simple. It really is those elements, and you can use the same thing over and over and over again, and it creates a magnificent result because it's so contextual and because you've engineered it in a way that helps people imagine themselves making decisions that are credible, that are real, that mean something to them, that help them see the consequences, which is so juicy, right? So let me just give you a quick just a super quick breakdown, because this is not hard. This is just a shift. It feels like a lot of times what I feel is like we're in this echo chamber of like poo-poo ideas, and then we get these little tiny tweaks. Like there's nothing wrong with chunking content, but if that's your strategy, that's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry I have to look at that stuff. It's not about chunking content. And if your idea is to, improve the language, yeah, that's one thing. I agree with that. Language should be better. We should be using better language to explain the things that we explain. But that is not going to solve the problem. You got to think about it like, what business am I in and how am I going to help people get there? And it is going to be helping them make better decisions in the real world. And then one of those decisions will probably be to go to your wonderful chunk content. But they got to figure that out first. They got to see the consequences of their actions. So here it is, super simple. Decision. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Decision. Which marker do I use today? Which marker? Like, obviously I'm oversimplifying the decision making for people, but really, if you look underneath the framework, this is it. What you need is to talk to practitioners to get the contextual questions out here, right? But that's what I love about this, is that there's a complexity, but it is not in this framework. It is in deciding and sourcing the people to give you the right stuff for this. That's it. And they already exist. So you're not coming up with any magic here. You got this. You got this. All right, so which marker do I use? Red, green, or black? Well, I chose black today. That's what I chose. What happened? You probably could, as a result, people could read my stuff better. Yay, that's a consequence. Well, if you chose green, maybe 30% of the population couldn't read it because they're colorblind. Who knows, right? But, and then, that's reflect. Ooh. Reflect. Sweet. This is what's beautiful too. When I see, like, back to my pie eating contest with myself, one of the things that happened is I could actually make the connection, right, between my pie the day before and me feeling like crap the next day, right? But how many things do we do over the course of in the workplace? Little tiny mistakes, little tiny errors in judgment that over the span of 6 months, they have this compound effect. Guess what this does? You're able to put people and have them experience the consequences of tiny decisions and compress that time for the consequence. Here, this is the consequence. So they could actually see it before it's too late, right? That's magic. Do you need to add complexity to this? No. Do you need to add fancy, animations? No. This will run with just text if it's compelling enough. Think of an awesome novel. Do you need pictures? Well, some of us do, but they enhance the experience. They don't take away, right? Hope that makes sense, because this is simple. I know everybody else wants to make it complicated, but when you make it complicated, you take away the essence of what we're trying to do. You're trying to make people's lives better. How do people have good lives? They make better decisions every day, every single day, because that's what life is, decisions. Let's try and bring that into our learning, like now, not tomorrow, whatever you do after this video, decision. So, did you like that? I know I probably made some people upset, because they're attached to chunking. That's fine. It's called throw some stuff out so we can get that simplicity and clarity and actually start doing stuff that means something to us and means something to the people we're delivering to. So we're having real effect, real change. Instead of looking at the limitations, you say, this is simple. This is simple. Let me talk to some experts. Let me talk to some practitioners. Let's get this stuff out there. All right, so you want more of this? Go to elearningsecrets.com, have some fun there, sign up. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments, because I do check out the comments, my friends. And then if you enjoyed this and found this, fresh, or that you agree and you think somebody else should hear this message, like the video, because it pops it up to the top of the list of other kitty videos that people are usually watching on these platforms. All right. Okay, so have a fabulous rest of the day. Go out there, kick butt, change some lives, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.